What's up, everyone? आ जाओ. Hello, 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 hello. All right. As you guys know, we are having an international week. We have people from New York City, Australia, USA, Dubai. The whole coming 3 days is gonna be fun. आप लोग को जो सीखना है. Yes, we have DESI rappers, international rappers. Today we have with us AK from New York City, United States. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I would like to thank you before he's here because due to the time duration, I hope he's all free and ready. But shout out to AK, and we're just waiting for him to join. Hey guys, जो लोग भी हैं बहुत सीखने मिलेगा. Please respect करो जो भी इंडिया के बाहर से join हो रहे हैं. This is all for you guys. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. How are you?
All good, brother. How's lockdown?
Oh man, it's okay. I've actually been at home with my mom, dad, sister, so it's nice. Eating home cooked food is good, you know.
But
Yeah.
shout out, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You respect. Thank you. Thank you for joining from
Absolutely.
the other side of the world.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, anytime, anytime. So, I know, like, you're kind of lazy and on bed, but we want you to just, be full out and just tell us your journey, how you started, and let's go full fledged. Like, let's take
Oh,
it from the start. How you got in the scene?
yeah, man. Well, very start. I was a little kid. I was 8 years
Mhm.
old. That's when
Mhm.
the movie 8 Mile came out,
Right.
which was a big deal in the U.S. But my parents, they did not know what rap or hip hop was, you know. But when I watched the trailer, I saw for the first time Eminem perform "Lose Yourself,"
Yes,
and
of course.
when I saw that, I remember like distinctly. I was, playing basketball, whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw that, and I just
Mm-hmm.
froze in front of the TV, and I was like, "This is amazing," you know, like. Just there's a feeling that comes with that song. So when I first saw that, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is ridiculous. So
Wow.
that song kind of like inspired me to learn more about rap and hip hop. And my mom, she's like, they use too many bad words, you can't listen to this. So she
Yeah.
she didn't let me listen to it, but I started listening to Linkin Park, which has like a
Mm-hmm.
rap and hip hop
Of
element
course.
to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then from there, I got into 50 Cent, Eminem, then
Mm-hmm.
Kanye West, like started doing that. And then I started writing like parody music. So I used to listen to songs and I'm like, oh, let me make fun of this song, like I used to kind of write, fun music that way. And then that turned into writing real music. When I was in high school, like ninth, 10th
Right.
grade, I started writing my own music. And then
Right.
I
Right.
moved to New York. I'm from California
Mm-hmm.
originally. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I moved to New York, I moved because there's more of a music community there. So I wanted to join other, especially like a lot of brown creatives are in New York. So I
Okay.
wanted to join
Of
all the
course.
brown creatives there.
Uh-huh. Wow. What's with the name, yeah? Like, tell me, like, what AK is it? Like a short form? Like, what's your
Yeah,
like real name?
yeah. My real name is Anand Kuchi Butler. So growing up, yeah, it's a very South Indian pakka, last
Of
name.
course.
So um, I also took inspiration from Eminem because his name is Marshall Mathers, right? So he made his name M and M.
Oh yeah.
I kind of took inspiration there and said, oh, I can make myself AK, which is kind of similar to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. And it sounds good as a stage name also, so it's fine.
right. I wish
Yeah.
it was a little different. I think it's hard to search
Yeah?
for it online. AK, like a
Okay.
million things come up, but who
Oh
knows?
yeah, yeah, right. True,
Yeah.
true, 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 true. So I just saw your Instagram bio that day. It's written like wait you rap, and then again it's like you question mark. So is it like a sarcasm for someone? Like is there some beef going around?
Yeah, I mean, it's not beef. I think it's it's only in the past like 2 3 years people are seeing Indian rappers, right? Like only
Mhm.
very
Mhm.
recently I think it started happening. But growing up, when I told people that I used to rap, they're like, oh, you rap, like,
Right.
oh, I thought you
Oh,
were computer science engineer or whatever, like you rap, like
Right.
that's the first kind of response I
Okay.
usually get. So it's a little just
Mm-hmm.
fun play on words on that.
Okay, okay, okay. So, did you study like computer science, or you done, or you just still studying?
So that's the funny part. I did study computer science,
Okay.
and I am actually a computer engineer outside of
Mm-hmm.
music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the good thing about being in tech is the hours are a little more flexible and the pay is good, so it kind of gives you the opportunity to pursue
Right,
hobbies like
right,
music on the side, you know.
right, right, right. Bro, I just want to know about your like the song which you made, like 10 rappers, one beat, like how the whole idea, like tell us the story behind it.
Yeah, dude. I always used to be pretty good at impressions growing up. Like
Mm-hmm.
my parents, they always used to make me do impressions. Like even a lot of like Bollywood movies, like in Three Idiots, you know, Viru Satra Buddhi. Like I'm like pretty good at doing all the just like small,
Yeah,
you know, like Raju,
right.
please come to my office. You know,
Yeah.
so just like it's just fun. I know I'm not like you know amazing at it, but it's just like
Mm-hmm.
something fun I do, and
Mm-hmm.
I always do the same thing with hip hop and other rappers also and stuff like that. So um, I decided, you know, I might as well try it, see what happens, and it started doing pretty well. I first on TikTok, it started doing really well, and then I started
Mm-hmm.
sending it out to people, and then a lot of folks enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of cool. That was the first time also I faced a lot of internet like you know trolls. Also, you know, a lot of people are saying
Oh,
it's okay. It's okay to have an opinion
right,
and
it's a
say
part
you
of
know
it. Yeah, it's a part of it. Yeah.
yeah, it's okay to. I mean, I don't, I didn't, I didn't, I don't think it was perfect, and I think it's okay for people not to enjoy it. But I think the funny thing about the
Mm-hmm.
internet is like people will say like, "Oh, this is the worst thing I ever heard," you know. And I
Yeah,
think like the level of exaggeration is always crazy, you know. But
exactly.
it's a
Yeah,
good learning experience, like learning how to deal with that and
right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you wanna go some a cappella, or you have a beat around you? Like, can we just have a small freestyle or your verse if
Oh,
you're
sure.
comfortable?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure thing, man. Okay. I'll give you actually a preview of let me just
Mm-hmm.
play a beat actually. I have a preview of a song that I'm still working on, but planning on dropping this song sometime. So the story behind the song is every year when it's my birthday I release a song, and the song is
Oh.
kind of about the song is about what happened in the last year of my life kind
Okay.
of. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn 26 soon. I'm turning 26 on May 14th.
Okay.
So I wrote a song
Nice.
called 26. So I can perform it real quick. Let's see.
Let's go.
All right. Okay. Ready?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I turned 26 today. Me at 16 would have some shit to say. Cause he thought by 25 that he'd really be that guy and he'd figure out his life and have 25 million in his name like Drizzy Drake. But hey, I'm still working on my first one. At 17, you fell in love with your first one. At 18, hearts break, it'll hurt some. By 19, you were just a different person. I wish I could tell you that every single girl who ever adored you sees you turn into the man that you were always meant to be and adores you. But the way life worked out will probably just bore you. Cause truth is, most of them never came around. Or by the time they did, it was you who wasn't down. I know you've grown to hate your little itty bitty town, but it's when you move away, it's gonna really hold you down. You got lost in the city, but you finally found your crowd. 26 years old and you still don't have a sound, and maybe you'll never find it. But the bars I'm writing these days has me reminded of when it was still exciting. For the past few years, I've been thinking about what I have to do now to make my younger self proud. I've been holding on to dreams that I had at 17 and doing whatever I could to figure it out. But it's been 9 years. I don't know if I'm crazy about ideas of fame, but I can't let that shit go when it's as far that I've came. I might never get to see the number of views that I want, or see my face headlining the news like I want. I found someone I love who I really adore, but what if I get famous and everything falls apart? See, the problem is half of you want success, but the other half is scared of what's gonna happen when it comes. So half of you always seems to try his best, but what you want at 26 ain't the same as 21. See, the truth about youth is it's wasted on the young, and by the time you realize your youth is almost done. They used to ask me what I want to be when I grow up. Now they ask me what I wanted to be when I was young. Damn. Hey, that's what I got so far, man. I'm still working on
Yeah, yeah,
finishing
yeah,
the
yeah,
rest of that
yeah,
up.
yeah.
But
Shout out, shout out. Guys, fire भेजो. So how good are you with Hindi? Like are you like comfortable? आता है नहीं आता है?
मेरा हिंदी बहुत खराब है, लेकिन मैं कोशिश करता हूँ.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know
Like are
Telugu
you?
really well.
Oh, okay, okay. Like
Yeah,
of course, mother tongue. Yeah, yeah.
right,
So
right.
like are you planning to like get drop somewhere soon in Hindi, or you're just trying, or getting a hang on Hindi?
Dude, the thing is, I would love to. I just don't know the language itself. You know, if
Right,
someone, I think big thing with hip hop is like you have to write your own lyrics and you have to like,
right.
it's a big thing, right? Like, it's weird if someone else writes lyrics for me. So, it's hard for me to write maybe rap in Hindi. I could do it in Telugu because I can do, you know, I can do it
Right.
properly, but in Hindi it's
Yes.
difficult. But I would love to, man.
Mhm.
I'm actually gonna take classes soon to learn a
Mhm.
little bit more in Hindi. So we'll see. Maybe
So
one day.
yeah, yeah. So how do you define your style? Like if you want to say like about your style, like
Yeah, it's kind of a mix. I that it's something that I think is difficult for me to identify. Like when I wrote Praise,
Mhm.
that song I wrote when I came to India. I made a song
Yes,
about
I
my
was just gonna
parents.
come on that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I also have like a bunch of music about being South Asian and this like my experience in the culture.
Mhm.
Like you know Raja Kumar's latest song, which is kind of about how she feels
Yes.
like she's in between two cultures. Like that kind of element is a very strong kind of thing, you know. So
Mhm.
I would say that my style is trappy. Like there's a lot of trap music involved in what I make, but it's very much
Mhm. Mhm.
substantial also. Like there's some like meaning
Mhm.
and kind of substance
Mhm.
behind what I say. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, that's what I was just coming on the song page, like which was released last year, and I think it was, I think what I'm sure it was aired on VH1 this India channel. So tell us some BTS man, how everything happened, and your experience.
Yeah, man. It was crazy the way it all worked out. I went to India and I had just an idea in my mind. Like I want to make a song. I don't know
Mhm.
what the song was going to be about. I'm like I just had an idea, and
Mhm.
in my head, I had this beat that I found. Like someone. So usually some people like they just like send me beats. So like I received this beat and I heard it. I'm like,
Mhm.
this is like a nice beat. It's like a very happy beat. It's like something is nice about it, you know. So and
Mhm.
I went to visit. I'm from Hyderabad, but my mom and I went to Kerala just to sightsee.
Mhm.
By the way, everyone should go check out Kerala. It is the most
Oh yeah,
beautiful place I've ever been.
beautiful. Yeah.
I think seriously, they call it God's own country. Like seriously, gorgeous place.
Mhm.
So, anyways, went to Kerala, and just when I was there, I started getting like a lot of feelings, just being there, reflecting on my life and stuff like that. And I think I realized, you know, like wow, I have so much privilege in my life because of what my parents did. They worked very hard, you know, growing up. They didn't have it
Right.
easy, and then they moved to U.S. with like
Mhm.
very little money. The typical like immigrant struggle story. So it just made me feel like very thankful to be there. And also, I was turning 25, and my mom was by 24, she already had me. You know, so like it's crazy for me to be like, man, I can't imagine having a child right now. You know, it's a crazy feeling.
I can understand. Yeah.
But anyway, so what happened then is I started writing the lyrics in
Mhm.
Kerala, and
Mhm.
by the time I got to Hyderabad, the lyrics were finalized in my head, but I didn't record it, so I just had the beat. So I
Mhm.
found like a group of people through some mutual friends who helped me record the song. But the funniest thing is, everywhere we went in Hyderabad, like they were recording, but I was rapping it live every time because it wasn't
Right.
recorded, right? So I had to rap it live every time. And when I came back to the U.S., I'm like, man, I hope the audio matches the video
The
because I don't know
right,
how it's
right.
gonna match. So I recorded it back here, and then I put it together, and it was great. And we recorded that whole video in one day, so like it was very hectic. Like
Mhm.
I didn't know if things were gonna come out okay. If maybe we didn't go to
Yeah.
too many locations. there's a lot of
But
traffic.
it's shot like when you see the video, it is shot like with a good director and the whole team is
Oh,
behind it.
absolutely. There was so yeah, it's by Tag Team Studios if anyone is
Mm-hmm.
looking.
Okay.
But the guy who directed it, his name is Abhishek Pallatti, and he had a
Mm-hmm.
friend named Vinny, also a great
Yeah.
photographer,
Good
videographer,
work.
helping him. But the yeah, it happened very quickly, but it was very professional.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was very happy with the result and the
Mm-hmm.
quality and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I came home, I found a bunch of like pictures laying around, like old family pictures, and I put it on there. And
Right.
if there's any artists on this, I want
Mm-hmm.
to give you like a little small story. Like when I showed a lot of people that song initially, a lot of people were like, "Yeah, it's an okay song. It's good. It's fine."
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until like I put the song out and like then
Yeah.
people started really liking it and appreciating it. That's when I think the people I first showed got it.
Right.
So kind of a
Right.
lesson I learned as an artist is like,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes a lot of people won't, really understand your art unless other people understand your art. And then they're like, oh,
Exactly.
maybe I should
Exactly.
look deeply
Exactly.
into this. So,
Yeah. 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 So how the whole VH1 thing worked out?
so that worked out because I have a friend named Leila who's in,
Okay.
she works at Savan. And she was one of those
Mm-hmm.
people that I showed the song to.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even ask for it. She just said, "Oh, let me show my friends at VH1," and she's like, "Oh, they like it." I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, great."
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
that one happened very much
Yeah.
kind of by chance. But the cool thing about
Mm-hmm.
the VH1 thing is if you go to my YouTube video for praise, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm here from VH1," which is cool
Oh,
because that means like they had to see the video on VH1. You can't click it, right?
and
There's
then
no way to click it, and then they had to
exactly.
remember it. They had to go on YouTube and then type
Search,
it.
yeah, exactly. And like, but in today's world, it is like very difficult. Like, not a lot of
Yeah,
people, into going and searching it actually.
right. That
So
was
when is
kind
your
of a
next
cool
trip?
moment.
When are you planning the next trip?
To India, dude, I really want to come back. I want to go check out more of the very north this time. I want to go to Himachal Pradesh
Mhm.
and stuff like that.
Oh,
Um,
of course, please.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been pretty much almost everywhere so far in India. There's a few states I haven't been to, but
Oh,
yeah, India's a great country, man. And also, I think it's great to see so much hip hop talent and like kind of just awareness kind of
yeah,
hitting, places like MTV Hustle. Like you guys are doing a great job.
yeah,
I think it's a very cool time to be brown, a
yeah,
very
yeah.
cool time to be into hip hop.
Yes, yes, yes. So are you been like, are you listening to any Indian, any like rappers or artists from India
Dude, yeah, I've
recently?
been meaning to get more into it, but so far, I don't know that many artists. If you have any like
Mhm.
suggestions, let me know. Like if you have like some
I'll
top,
send you, of course. Of
yeah,
course, I'll
definitely,
send you links who are like killing it right now.
yeah, man.
So tell me, what's your inspiration? Like, where your inspiration comes from? Like, when you write.
Inspiration comes kind of just from my own life. Like that's the kind of advice I would give to people. A lot of people say like, "Oh, I'm not inspired enough to write music." I think a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people feel like, "Oh, I didn't go through some massive struggle in my life, so what do I write about?" And I think that you don't have to go through some crazy struggle to have something to write about. Like everybody has something to write about.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it's just looking into your life, think about what motivates you, what moves you, and then same thing with me. I just think about what do I think about, and I just write about that. Yeah.
So, like, if given a topic like which would be your like easiest topic to write on, like overnight.
Probably if the topic was about that's a really good question. Wow. I think the topic maybe about my childhood. That's a good question
Okay.
because I think if it was my childhood, it'll still take me some time to think about it and write it in a creative way. If the topic was about if it was just ignorant, like writing about a party, like that's easy. If it's just like write about a party, write about like girls or whatever, like that, I think is
Exactly. Like
nothing
a
wrong in
breakup
that.
song.
I just think it's easier to write. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'll just give you a brief. Like, there's a lot of beef going around, this song and everything currently here. So, do you guys have the same there? Because we obviously, as you're not updated, we are also not updated about what's actually happening in the underground scene in NYC. So right now here there's a lot of diss game happening between like top rappers and everyone. So what do you think about the whole diss thing?
I think dissing in general is it's like a part of hip hop. I'd say like it's something that's
Mm-hmm.
been around for so long. You know, even 50 Cent,
Yeah.
Eminem, like all these people were Tupac, Biggie, like Jay Z. All these
Mhm.
people were part of that. It's just kind of part of the culture.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
I think that there is a limit to it, though. Like I think sometimes people get very serious about it, and
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Personally, I feel like it if it comes from a place of hatred, then you can tell, and I think it's very it can get
Right.
negative.
Mhm.
But I think it's also part of the culture. Like battle rapping is a thing. Like if
Yeah.
you're gonna come out and say you're the best rapper, obviously people are
Mhm.
gonna contest you, right? And I think
Right,
that's the
right,
point. You gotta beat those
right.
challengers. So
So
it's
how's the
a
scene with like Desi rappers there? Like, is it a good scene? Like, are the numbers big or it's kind of okay?
it's here and there, man. Like I think there are a lot of people now who feel confident that they can start doing things.
Hmm.
Because in the past 10 years, a lot has changed. Like social media,
Right,
even
right,
Spotify streaming, like all these kind of
right.
things are new, and that really
Mm-hmm.
promotes people to do music more. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's coming up, and also like our the culture, our parents and all that, they're still not like super supportive. Like my parents
Right,
are
right.
at this point supportive, but I also
Mhm.
went to school, I graduated, I worked,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
it's different. But if
Mm.
I was a kid, they'd still be like, shut up and study, like
Exactly, exactly.
badtamizi band karo, so
Yeah.
that's I still
Okay.
think it needs to come from within the community, but that's why I think movies like Gully Boy are amazing, because it shows firsthand, like this is
Yes. Yes.
it
Yes.
inspires people to try it.
Mhm. So did you get time to watch a movie? This
The
Gully Boy?
Oh yeah, I loved it, great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of real scene rappers. Like a lot of rappers from the real scene are also the part of, especially during the battle scene going on. So they are all
Mm,
the good underground rappers, like good name, like from most of them are from Mumbai only.
yeah.
But yeah, of course, that the whole movie has changed a lot of scenes. Like especially if you're talking about parents and all, so there's like an eye opener for everyone. Like okay, music and rap and hip hop overall has a good scene, and people can still survive on
Right.
being a hip hop artist or rap artist like that.
Yeah, totally.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I think that
So.
movie was great, and also it got a lot of appreciation on the West. I think a lot of
Mhm.
people loved. I loved that movie. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah.
So tell me, bro, when you write a song, like, are you like a zone person where you want to go into some zone, or it's just like it comes and you just put it down on pen and paper?
That's a good question also, because it depends. Usually I'm a zone person. I'll say like I
Okay.
sit down and I'm
Mhm.
like I have to write this, this, and this.
Mhm.
Sometimes like I get stuck, and then when I'm walking somewhere or I'm in the shower or
Mhm.
whatever, like I then get
Mhm.
some random inspiration, or
Right.
sometimes I just have to hear one word and I'm like, oh, that's the word I'm looking for, or that
Oh,
reminds me of something. So like
right.
it's weird
Yeah,
how it happens, but
because I think like what do you do when, for example, a lot of my personal friends they get stuck when they don't get that maybe there's lack of vocabs or maybe that word is not coming in mind. So what
right.
do you do when you get like stuck in between? Like dude, I'm not getting that. It's in your mind, it's not coming out.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
take a break. What do you do?
There's a website called rhymezone.com,
Okay.
and
Oh,
rhymezone is like you can type a rhyme and it'll tell you a bunch of rhymes. So I
wow.
use that a lot, actually, when sometimes I'm
Oh.
like, I kind of need a rhyme. I need to figure out a word that rhymes with this. I go to rhymezone a
Mm-hmm.
lot, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, outside of that, it's just like writing anything else. Take a break,
Right.
live your life for a little bit. Sometimes I take breaks for weeks before revisiting writing a
Okay.
song. Like it
Right.
really
Right.
depends on what kind of artist you are. Like if
Mhm.
it's a song I care about, then I'll take a long time
Mhm.
really figure out what I want to say.
Right. Right. Right.
If
Right.
it's like a whatever song, then like screw it.
Mhm.
It's fine.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
So, like, what's up? Like, what's next collab? Anything? When is your next song coming out?
Yeah, dude, it's been difficult for me to figure things out with this
Mm-hmm.
quarantine. Like, let me show you. This is my
Of course.
setup right now. This is my mic.
Nice.
So it's that's all. It's just a mic. There's no mixer. You know, there's no
Mm-hmm.
speakers. So
Mm-hmm.
I mix and master everything myself. So
Wow.
it's basically like I have everything I need here. It's just, are people really listening to music right now is the question. Like, a lot of people that I know are more interested in watching videos or watching movies or TV
Yes.
shows. Like, I think visual content is doing really well. So I'm just thinking, like, what should I do? What I have been doing though is there are a lot of these Bollywood melodies I really like. Like, one of my favorite songs is Kabhi Kabhi Aditi. That
Yeah,
song is
yeah,
such a
yeah,
good
yeah.
song. Like, melody is so good,
Very so
and
good.
I want to do something where I take those melodies and write something in English, and
Yeah.
just I also just want to show like respect and homage to like the whole industry, because I think there's so many
Right.
classics and so many hits. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
try doing something like that. I have a song that I already wrote. I'll probably put a video sometime this week for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm gonna try experimenting. Like, why not just experiment, try different
Yeah.
things, try different sounds,
Of
like try
course. Of course.
singing, like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So who's your all-time favorite, like all-time favorite rappers? Of course, Eminem, we know.
yeah.
Leave Eminem.
Oh man, that's a tough one. Okay, so Eminem's up there. I really, really like Drake. I think Drake is like a fantastic artist.
Yeah.
I love. It's hard for me to say I love Kanye, but I love Kanye. I really like the early and like middle kind of
Right, right.
parts of his career. I think I
Mm-hmm.
don't dislike his music now. I just think it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Eminem. I don't think his newer music appeals to me as much as his older music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who else? I really like Playboy Cardi is like a new rapper that is just like a
Yeah.
lot of the new school is kind of fun to listen to. ASAP Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, J. Cole is definitely up there. J. Cole is one of my favorite artists of all time. Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite artists of all time. Um, who else? A lot of Travis Scott's really fun to listen to. Kid Cudi
Mm-hmm.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man, I don't know. I can name a lot of people, but if you ask me top five, I'd say like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar,
Mm-hmm.
Kanye West, Drake, and the last one is tough because Eminem is great, but I don't think the newer stuff is as good. I really like Jay-Z a lot too.
Right.
I'm definitely missing some people, so something like that. Those
Yeah, it's
songs.
okay. You got an idea.
Yeah.
So, tell me, like, what do you think is gonna be the like a next like a trend in the rap scene, like like a new school trap. What do you think, like coming 2 3 years? What's gonna be the good scene in rap?
Yeah, I think it's going to be some sort of a fusion with a different culture, because a lot of people right now are doing Latin trap. Like there's a big emphasis on South American music and like the Latino kind of thing.
Right,
I
right.
really think, I really hope, and I want to be a part of bringing India into that equation. Like, I think there's so much great, just like I said, melodies, so many great instrumentation,
Mm-hmm.
concepts, ideas, history, culture. Like, there's so much in
Mm-hmm.
India that I think could really help like enliven the current state of music today. There's a lot of opportunity I see in trap and stuff like that to throw in Indian elements and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I also grew up listening to a lot of classical music. My parents like
Okay.
I learned
Uh-huh.
tabla for
Yeah.
8 years. So like
Wow.
there's I kind of respect a lot of the classical side of
Mm-hmm.
music a lot too. So I think I would love to see that's what I would love to see, and I think some variation of that will happen.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
But bro, we need to definitely get in touch if you're coming back to India anytime soon.
Absolutely, man. I have to go to Mumbai. I still haven't been to Mumbai,
Mumbai,
right?
anytime, bro. Just give me a call. You have my number. You have my ID.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Anytime you're stopping to Mumbai, just give me a DM and we'll be there. And let's
Absolutely,
work.
man.
We have a lot of artists. Let's work together. Like let's do some collab thing. Whenever
Would
you're
love to.
coming, just so bro. Thank you so much. And before we leave, like, can we have a small performance again?
Yeah, dude. Sure thing. Let me pick something else. I have so many songs
Yes.
that I just have like lying around.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do something else that I haven't done yet. Let's see. Uh, are you with your family right now?
Yeah, home.
Yeah.
Everyone is home and safe.
Yeah, dude, that's good. How is the situation in India right now?
Uh, Good, yeah. Like the state, Mumbai, Maharashtra is affected the most. So kind of red zone everywhere. But slowly things are turning up. Like a lot of places they have green zone. People started traveling from last 2 days. But uh, it's kind of tough, yeah, how things are moving right now.
Yeah. It's I think it's tough for my grandparents also because they're out there in India right now and they
Yes.
can't. I think they're very used to like going outside and
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for them to kind of stay inside and be safe in that way. Okay, let me try to find this beat that I'm looking for.
Yes.
I found it. I found it. Perfect. Okay.
Let's
All
go.
right. I wrote the song a few weeks ago, so it might be rusty, but let's try it. Let's see how it goes. All right. Here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
All right. Conversations with my younger self. Tell him that you good and you never needed any help. Tell him go to school, make that music on the side. Tell him when he's 25, only limit is the sky. Hey, hey, I gotta tell you what's up. 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 I got unlimited funds. I have unlimited fun. I have unlimited fun. Hey, 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 hey. I gotta tell you what's up. 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 Hey, I have unlimited funds. Ooh, I have unlimited funds. Hey, yeah. Look, waste man. Oh no, not yet. Hold on. I have what's up? Hey, I gotta tell you what's up. Ooh, I have unlimited funds. Yeah. All right. Yo, look. Hey, waste man that I know in 2012 hit me up on the cell like I hope you're doing well. Ay, funny how they say that when they know I'm doing well. Man, my pockets gained weight, gotta buy a bigger belt. This is beast mode. If I don't get sick, I'm impervious to heat stroke. Booty up, up, down, down like the cheat code. X-Man busy trying to find it like he Nemo, but she adore it. She forget him when I deep stroke. I'ma keep it going, keep it litty for my people until I get enough to dress my homies like the Migos. All these brown rappers hit my DM for a feature. Just cause we look the same doesn't mean that we are no equals. Trying to dip your toes in, but boy, I have my feet soaked. Vegetarian, but took a shorty to the meat show. Got my head up, doesn't matter if it sleet snows. I don't need the damn, cause the streets know. Conversations with my younger self. Tell him that you're good and you never needed any help. Tell him go to school, make that music on the side. Tell him when he's 25, only limit is the sky. Hey, hey, I gotta tell you what's up. 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 I have unlimited funds. I have unlimited funds. And when you have unlimited funds, you have unlimited fun. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, it's a little sneak peek, a little rusty. Still got to
Yeah,
figure
yeah.
out some of these bars, but yeah, it's something I've been thinking about putting out at some point during this quarantine. Also,
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, brother. It was good talking to you.
yeah, likewise. Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Anytime,
It's
anytime.
great.
I still remember how we got in touch through email and we are just
Yeah, yeah,
discussing the team and how to like promote and everything. But of course, I think this was written with an email. Like we'll connect with this again.
right.
So it was really good having you. And when we thought of doing, with international DESI rappers who are doing good, the first thing which came in mind was your name. Where I just knew, okay, I have you on my email, and then that is how I
Amazing.
got you from DM and everything.
That's the
So.
power of email, man. It's great.
Yes. Again, thank you so much, brother. Thank you for having. I'll see you soon and keep inspiring and keep dropping songs every month, every year.
Likewise, man. Thank you for doing so much for the culture. Like, really, I think you're doing a great job, man. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
All right, take care, bro.
All right. Thank you. See you, brother.
See you.
All right, guys. That was AK for you. Check, check, check. हाँ, so वो था AK from New York City and guys आई रिक्वेस्ट यू गाइस कि अगर आप लोगों को नहीं पसंद लाइव छोड़ दो बिकॉज जब एक आर्टिस्ट आता है तो वो कोई रिस्पेक्ट से आता है सो प्लीज रिस्पेक्ट दैट जो भी आर्टिस्ट है इफ यू डोंट लाइक इट यू आर फ्री But yes, it was fun, AK. Thank you so much. Shout out to AK who joined us from New York City, USA. And tomorrow again, 6 o'clock with new artists. Hustle from home every day, 6 p.m. with me. And 9 बजे राजा कुमारी भी आ रही है live. 9 o'clock आज ही 9 बजे राजा कुमारी is also coming live. So if you're a fan and you wanna see राजा कुमारी, 9 बजे आ जाओ वापस live पे reminder डाल दो. And I'll see you guys tomorrow again 6 o'clock. My name is Paritosh Parmar representing to the culture. Follow करो मेरे को, to the culture follow करो, हसल को तो आप लोग कर ही रहे हो. And again last time, respect all the artists because यहाँ पे जो भी आ रहा है it is from the people, it is suggested from the people, from the community. कौन कौन लोग आना चाहिए. So अगर आपको कोई अश्लील बातें गंदी बातें करनी है तो I think you guys should लीव द चैट. एंड जो लोग देख रहे हैं उनके लिए रिस्पेक्ट रखो. और अगर तुमको सीखना है सो वी आर हियर एवरी डे 6 o'clock. आओ सीखो, जानो उनको स्टोरी बिहाइंड कैसे रैपर बने, क्यों बने, कौन कौन है. एंड यस, रिस्पेक्ट एवरीवन, सबको रिस्पेक्ट करो. एंड बी होम, बी सेफ. आई विल सी यू टुमारो 6 o'clock. बाय, पीस.